Hey everyone, how is everybody? We have 12 people, so we'll just hang out and chat with one another until more people sign on. 13 of you, just go ahead and hit that like button when you come on, and then you don't have to worry about doing it later, and it helps the analytics, as you know. Even people that I watch regularly, they say it in every single video. They say, in fact, they ask right up front for people to subscribe. It's pretty interesting. So you don't have to get off the chat. Excuse me, you don't have to get off the live stream in order to like this. If you're on mobile, you simply click off the live chat window, and then there's the thumb, and you hit it, and then you click on live chat again, you're right back. So 18 of you have joined us. Thank you so much. We need 4 more of these just to even things out, Finally washed my hair today, folks. Thought you might appreciate that. It's still wet, so I've got it roped up, and I do that because now that it's so long, it gets really kind of like straw at the ends. And if I bought this some conditioner that it's leave-in conditioner. So once I manage to get a brush through my hair, I rub it into the ends and I leave it, and then I twist it up so it's sort of like it doesn't bake in there because it doesn't get hot, but hopefully it absorbs something over the few hours that it's coiled up. So anyway, Jack Rudden is here. Thank you. Jack informed me about the storm that we had this week. If you watched my community page, we did have a storm and a tornado. Actually, it was confirmed. He told me that it touched down about 7 miles from me, which was in the rough neighborhood of my mower. And I wasn't exactly sure where John, the guy that worked for me for 2 days, where he lived in relationship to the mower, but he said it got pretty rough out where the mower lived. So I don't think any lives were lost or anything like that. People have their radios and they know what's going on. When I don't think the whole time I was in California, I ever had a weather alert radio. Connie, do you have one of those? Connie is joining us as a moderator tonight. Thank you very much. Say hello to Connie. She's usually always here, but tonight she's filling in for Patricia, who had to shuttle her grandchildren around. Mernita is here from New York. I want to say Buffalo. Am I right? And Jackie is here from Connecticut. Linda Russell. Where are you from, Linda? I don't recognize your name, and I probably should. I recognize Todd's name, but I don't remember where you are, Todd. It'll probably come to me. Leanne from Idaho is here. That's like, I still haven't seen my son who's in Idaho. I've been begging him to come for Christmas, but I don't think it's not looking too good. Jack is saying everyone needs a weather alert radio. Absolutely everyone. And John is here, moderator, as well as Jack, as well as Connie. So thank you very much, moderators, for watching and keeping things clean. For some reason, something slipped through last time, and I apologize. I didn't see it. I was talking, and it was a few little, I didn't see what they were, but it was a few unappreciated comments before we got it stopped. Mary is here, and Mary Ann from Mass, Mary Ann from Mass. And Cherie is here from Kentucky, and Mary is here. Let's see, now where's Mary? I forget. Yes, it's Buffalo. I know, I remember. I can only imagine it was cold here. We had this fluke heat wave right after I had the bright idea Thank you, Danny at Deep South Homestead. No, I mean, he's been warning people for months, or if not years. I don't know how far it goes back that he's been warning people about what's about to take place. Uh, he thinks that, it's imminent that we're going to have major outages. And so as soon as I saw that, I said, I've got to do a test, and so I set it all up, and then it's like 75 degrees, 55 at night. And I'm going, this is not really a test. Got to get comfortable here. There we go. That's better. So I haven't rescheduled it, but I will try and figure out when to do that. Obviously, I don't want to get it too close to Christmas, so I'm going to have to do it. Probably. Well, I'll confer with Jack. He's my personal meteorologist, and I'll confer with Jack, and he can do a long range thing and see when, if we can plan it 1 week in advance. And I feel like it really should be on a Saturday. People go to church on Sunday. I don't want to mess with that. And of course, if you're a homesteader, you work Saturdays too. But I'm just thinking Saturday's the best chance, best time, best day for the majority of people, like not being at jobs where they can't participate. If you get up in the morning and you go to a job and you sit in an office that's heated all day, and you got a refrigerator there, and you got this and that, it's not, you don't really get the test. And of course, anyone can do this test on their own. You don't have to wait for me, but I do want some people to join me when we do get it. And Danny is here. I just mentioned you, Danny. I don't know if you saw that or if you heard that. Jothan is here from in Newfoundland. And he's saying, I know what I want to be when I grow up. Good. We're going to talk about that. Central Texas. So yes. So the second best thing is a weather app on your phone, but it's really a good idea to have something. I mean, if the electricity goes out, your phone, if the cell towers go out, Danny, you can help me out because you're much more knowledgeable about power outages than me. But if the cell towers go out, your phone doesn't work. And so I have a feeling your weather app wouldn't work if the cell towers go out. And now I know if you have a landline, an old-fashioned landline, which AT&T is really trying hard to phase out. And the way they're doing that is by just saying, oh, it's going to take about 2 weeks to get out there and fix that line. They want it over. I heard this on good authority. They want that to be past history. They want everything to be on fiber optic, and which relies on electricity. So communication, this is turning into the theme of tonight's chat was, are you living a purpose-filled life? I mean, because I think you can sort of say your mission in life and your purpose in life. I think that's kind of equal, those two things. And so we don't often hear the expression, my mission-filled life, but we hear my purpose-filled life. And I just want to, throw that out there and see if people, have you really, a lot of people who follow me are older. Do you feel like you have lived a purpose-filled life or a purpose-driven life? And if so, share your thoughts. Kristen is here. And Marianne is warning us about the egg shortage starting in January. Danny, if you're still here, you can chime in. And Scott is here from Black Gumbo Channel. Fantastic. I feel very honored. And Jack Rudden has shared the weather radio link. Oh, that's the Amazon link. If you want to go and identify that weather, I can show it to you. It's right behind me here. You can see it. So it looks like that. It's real simple. And boy, does that wake you up. I don't know who they hired as the voiceover person for that recording, but that voice wakes you up. But anyway, I was going to say one way you can support my channel is by using my Amazon affiliate link. So once you identify that item, you can go to my link and paste that item copy it into the bar, and anything you buy under my link, my channel will get a few cents for. So that's the way most of the creators have their own Amazon affiliate link. Claudia is here from Indiana. Thank you. I feel kind of Amish or something when I do. It's actually not so much Amish, but it's more old fashioned. And I often felt like I lived in the wrong era, you know. I should have lived in a more genteel era, you know, if there was one. I don't know if there really was one. What's so amazing is that when you start finding out what's really going on in our world, you think, gosh, where was I? I was just sort of busy raising kids and doing my thing and, you know, being a good person, trying to be a good actor, you know, just doing everything, you know, keeping all the balls up in the air and all that. Meanwhile, you know, if I had done a little research, it wouldn't have taken much. You know, you can just go back and see all this stuff was right published right out there that, you know, for us to see, you know, all this planning for, you know, what's going on. And as Danny often says, you know, you can't say it out loud. So a Bama Gardner is here from Mobile, New Hampshire. Linda. Denise is here. Let's see. So Claudia is a fan of Scott and Danny. Oh my gosh, that. Oh, thank you, Scott. That's awfully kind. Scott just made a super chat. Anybody else want to make a super chat donation? I greatly appreciate it. I have been working for. Oh gosh, it's going to be. Well, no, wait. This is 10 years. No. Oh no. In April, it's 10 years I've been on YouTube. It's 10 years since my channel has been on YouTube. Yeah. I started actually planning my channel in January, and it rolled out. I purposefully rolled it out on Earth Day. I was a big environmentalist in California. You know, as you can imagine, I recycled everything. You know, everything reused, recycled. I was a fanatic about it, and you know, I come here and there's no recycling. So it's like, oh, okay. But anyway, Scott made a donation for kitty food. And believe me, I have 5. Yeah. And they eat a lot, even though yesterday there was 1.5 mice in the garage floor. In fact, she ran in with a mouse. I mean, BJ ran in with a mouse, and she saw that I had food, and she just went like that and dropped it and kept coming to me. She's going, ugh, I don't want to eat that thing. I just want to catch it. I'm glad. I don't want a lot of mice running around. 0 degrees with a wind chill of -11. Where are you, Mary? Where'd you say you were? Not Indiana. That's Kristen. Oh, no, that's Claudia. No, I'm getting everybody confused now. Let's see. Yeah, Scott had the big winter freeze last winter, which, you know, it just seems so odd. That's an odd storm for you down. You're so far south, right there on it's odd. Why do you suppose you had such a big winter freeze? What happened there? Fortunately, you've got an intact family. You're all sort of right there, so you can communicate to each other in person. That's wonderful. Cherie has been a caregiver uh, for many throughout her life. Louise is here from Alberta, Canada. That's true. Louise is saying nature pretty much tells you what's going to happen if you pay attention. That's true. And how are things in Alberta? It's a loaded question. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kaye. Ramblin' Rose is here. She has got things for sale at her website that she makes. So go and check it out. I think candles and things like that, right? Gail is here. You must be a fan of Deep South also. Make sure you check out Scott Head at Black Gumbo Channel. Carolyn is here. Remind us where you are, Carolyn. Krista is here from Australia. How are things down under? And that is a very loaded question as well. The Happy Gardener is here. Remind us where you are. Carlos Sanchez, you don't know your mission. Well, maybe we can help you find your mission by listening to this live stream. I've got some powerful people that are in the chat. Danny at Deep South, Scott, both are very knowledgeable about the Bible. If that's something that you've ever been interested in knowing about. And of course, everyone here is knowledgeable about gardening, learning at different levels. Everybody's at different levels. You mean, how does a cat have half of a mouse? Well, all I know is I went like this, I turned a little baggie inside out, and I went like that, and I picked it up, and it felt like it wasn't all there, okay? And then I picked up the other one, and it felt like it was all there. So I think what happened was, not to get too graphic, but I think that they ate half of it or something. Let's see. Gina is here from North Carolina. Oh yeah, that the whole recycling thing is very it's very disappointing. In fact, the whole environmental movement is disappointing because so many people were lied to in various ways and misled. Kaye is here. Kaye is here. Hen. Fantastic. I hope you're not as late as me though, Kaye. I really do. I'm late at everything. I only got my, if you saw today, I got my garlic planted. I didn't put a date on that, but that was the Friday after the Thanksgiving. So that would have been the 25th, I think, that we planted the garlic. And the 22nd is when I did that one monster day in the kitchen and I made 4 videos. I literally started in the morning and I went all the way till dark and had supper. And that I was in the kitchen shooting four videos in one day. And I just got the last one up this morning. But I'm glad you're a late bloomer, if nothing else. Space Girl is here. Blessings. Where are you located, Space Girl? Claudia has found her mission. She found it 18 years ago. What do you mind telling us what it is? If you feel like sharing, that would be awesome. I think I know Jack's mission. Jack's mission is to be a full-time meteorologist and garden in his off hours. Galveston Bay froze over in the late 1800s. Wow, that is crazy. Well, I can't say for sure if they ate it. All I know is it didn't feel as heavy as the other one. Yeah, but that's just it. if you, well, the recycling is such a huge issue. Just make sure the thing is, and this is way before our current problems with China, but China stopped buying our cardboard, our recycled cardboard years ago. And all of a sudden, I mean, I heard, someone who was talked in a who worked in a big recycling plant. He was like a man, the head of it or something. And he was just saying that there's nowhere to go with this stuff. There's just nowhere to go, and there's no way to make money. And so a lot of times I guess the infrastructure, the city still has the money and the funds to pick the stuff up, but they don't have the back end where it actually goes to a factory and gets remade into something. That stuff either doesn't exist or there's no money for it anymore or something. Everything looked really great in 2006. And I did this green recycling, this green renovation on the house in California. And, it was something people, especially in California, I'm sure it wasn't that way, elsewhere in the country, but it was out there. There's this great store I would go to, and everything in the store, everything you can imagine, from furniture to bedding to flooring to fixtures, lights, everything was environmentally good, better. And so I did this major renovation project. And I say major, meaning it just cost a fortune because all that stuff costs more. But I felt like it was worth it, and it's certainly better for you, to be in a place that doesn't have VOC paints, paints that are off-gassing, furniture and cabinets that are off-gassing for years and causing you to have headaches and whatever else, what other health problems you get. So anyway, I'm off on a tangent here. Let me get back. Let's see. I can imagine that there was an ice storm in Maine in 97, or in any year really, because you're so much farther north. Let's see. Let's see. Louise has freezing rain, highways closed, school buses canceled. I don't know if Jack answered you, Scott, but he's in Maryland. So Claudia, that was Claudia's mission, caregiving. I must have missed the answer. Thank you, Rose, for that clarification. Good evening, Deborah, Pennsylvania. We're jumping from recycling and environmental issues to your mission in life. So 69 of you have joined us. I hope you'll hit that like button. Just take a second, click off the live chat, hit that thumbs up, and then click the live chat back on if you're on mobile. How do you do it if you're on, well, it's just right underneath the video if you're watching on your computer. So I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and make that 6868 instead of 6837. Let's see. Dana is here from Kansas. Okay there, Jack, talking about his hamsters. No, you're right. And Carolyn, where did you remind me where you are? Rebecca is here from Food Forest Next Door. People were asking about you last week, and they were going to go check on you, Rebecca. I'm glad you're here. Oh, God, don't tell me that. Carolyn said basically they throw the recycle stuff in the ocean. I hope not. Yeah, you're probably right, Louise. If you've been teaching for 26 years, that probably is your mission. Ah, good, good, good. Gail's mother took a fall also. I took a little spill the other night. I'm very lucky I didn't hit my head. Ooh, northern Minnesota. Wow. Snuggled in with a fire. I've got a fire going in there, but I couldn't figure out how to get any light to do this. So you get this boring backdrop here. Let's see, snow falling outside in northern Minnesota. It sounds, especially if you've got somebody to snuggle up with. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty nice. Emmanuel here is here from Ultimate Gardening. That's right, Kay. Better late than never. That's what I always say. You know, I went out today, speaking of which, I haven't gotten my haven't gotten my Christmas decorations up. And it's the 8th. And I'm thinking, wow, what happened? I mean, I was thinking about this since before Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving I had with Daryl and Denise and Joe, and then the next day, Patty was here. You saw that video today, and there's just been so much to do, and I've been shooting. I shoot, almost every day, something or other. So it's just like, I can't keep up. So I'm going, I got to get a Christmas tree. They could be sold out by now. So I went out, I texted the one person I know on the street that will respond. That's my neighbor that helped me with my lower garden. And he said they're selling trees down at, he saw them at Tractor Supply, but I went to Tractor Supply last year, and they weren't in water, and they did not look, they looked a little scrappy. Okay. And so I thought, well, he texted this morning, and he said they had some at Tractor Supply, but they also had some at this church down on the other side of town. And so I thought, well, let me try that first. And so I couldn't find it. And so I stopped into the Farm Bureau, which, I just went in there, they're all working. There's nobody in there. And she said, oh, your guy, my guy will be with you in a minute. I said, no, I don't. I said, no, don't bother him. She says, well, how can I help you? I said, I don't need any help. I just dropped in to see if you knew where I could get a Christmas tree. And she said, yeah, that church. And then she told me how to get there. So I went down there, and the pastor was there alone. He said they were sort of at the end of their selling of the trees, and he was kind of new in town. Well, he's been here 4 years, so it's, that's still considered kind of new. And very nice, very, very nice, and very helpful. And he said that there had been a Christmas tree shortage this year. I didn't know that. And that, the majority of people want a 7 to 8 or an 8 to 9 foot tree. They don't want bigger trees, obviously, for obvious reasons. And he had a whole bunch of those. But he said, we're done. It's hard to keep volunteers here. And, I'm just trying to, at this point, just close this down. So I said, well, it's, they're raising money to donate to help kids and to buy back. One of the projects they're doing is buying backpacks for needy kids for school, different ages. And so I thought, well, that's a good cause. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I came. And so I got 2 trees. I got one for the porch and one for inside. And they were too tall. And so he cut them down and all that. And so when I was checking out, I said, well, he had some wreaths there. And I thought, I need some Christmas decorations, for goodness sakes. And so these wreaths that I bought were made by the ladies in the congregation. And so look how pretty. Actually, that's upside down. It goes like this with the bell hanging in it, and then the bow. I've got to press the bow. It got a little crimped. But I was thinking of putting that on my back door. And then this one is even more stunning. Isn't it great? And she made it by hand. And, they were really giving me a good price because they were trying to close it up. So one more thing, and then I'll get back to the comments. And then this, which actually I filmed this in a video, so you'll get to see it. But this is a little birdhouse made by an 87-year-old. He looks like a very happy man. And he's a member of the church, of course. And in his spare time, he enjoys making birdhouses. So I thought, well, and it's got asphalt roof, asphalt tile, no problem there. So, and then he put his initials on the back. So I was happy to support that cause. Let's see here. Yeah, Krista, I'm quite sure of that. Let's see. Well, let's see, Rose, where are you? Are you in Texas? Might still be okay. No kidding, Daryl. Pauline is here in North Mississippi. Welcome. Oh, Montana, Columbia Falls. Kaye, is that anywhere near Prey, Montana? I was just there in September. If you were watching my channel, my son got married in Prey, and it was just so beautiful. All right, deadly wound. Oh, fantastic. Carolyn just got a high tunnel put up. That's my next thing. Oh, a river catching fire. I think that used to happen a lot when they dumped absolutely every toxic thing in the world in the rivers. Thank God they stopped that. Oh, I know. Every time I say that, is anybody a Faulty Towers fan? Let me know if anybody knows what show that was, and then I'll tell the story. Yes. What is your mission filled? What is your purpose driven life, eco-centric, Jothan? Would you say, if you care to share? Oh my God, Scott. What did you raise holy heck? Oh, golly. That makes me so sad. Oh, it just jumped. Let's see. Oh, wow. I missed so many comments. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to be quiet for a second and just try to catch up. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Okay, Scott is sharing his, oh wait, Jothan, let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, Christina is here from California. Oh, wait. Gosh, I missed so many things. Okay, I'm going all the way back to Happy Gardeners. Yeah, I think that that's probably. I think that's probably a fair statement. Happy Gardeners saying city people generally take everything for granted, that everything's going to be there when you need it, and country people. I think that's what you meant to say. Um, are they pay attention to the weather and they grow gardens. And although, gotta say, since I've been here, I have seen very few gardens from the road anyway. I mean, some people may have them tucked around back, but I really don't see many at all. Oh, thank you, Cherie. Yeah, I don't even know where I have that posted now. She saw my renovation video. Well, I did make a yeah, I did make a late bloomer episode that included some of that. Tupelo, Mississippi has a booming recycling program, but who's buying the stuff? I mean, China used to buy it and they don't buy it anymore. So, you sure it's really going somewhere? That's right. Very good advice. Rebecca is saying that's why reduce and reuse should be done first, then recycle is the last option. Fantastic. Emmanuel, are you still 13? Emmanuel has his first job as a gardener. I assume this is probably a neighbor who loves gardening but doesn't have time. So she has hired him to do it. So you got your first job. Fantastic. You'll have to ask her permission, of course, I mean, somehow you got to get your job done. You can't be sitting over there making your videos when you're supposed to be doing your work. But maybe you could incorporate it somehow into a video for your channel. Grove online store, plastic-free products, lots of nice stuff. I don't know that. Grove online. So, or it's Grove online store. I'm going to check it out. Yeah, I mean, the ocean is just full of plastic, and the even more detrimental to the animals and everything else is not so much the big clumps of plastic, but the microbeads. They put microbeads in everything, make up everything. It's incredible. Let's see. Yes, be safe, Jothan. 120 kilometer, I don't know. That must be a lot. I don't know. Susan is here from Central Mountains in Arizona. Right. She forgot the upcycle. That my friend in Arizona does a lot of upcycling. Do you remember the gal that was doing the compost? She was publishing a compost book back in my Phoenix series of videos. We only have 46 of these. We got 85 people. Can we please get that number up? I would really appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, Scott, now we're talking about missions. Scott's mission, know God and enjoy him forever. Yes, amen. Saved your marriage, literally saved your life, saved your children's lives, at peace and content. Thank God. God is great. Lord be praised. And I find it so, gardening is, or just even if you're not gardening, so much as just, even if you don't have your own garden, if you walk in nature, if you connect in nature, it's you can't help but be closer to God, I don't think. I mean, if you're looking for God, you're certainly going to feel closer to God in nature, even if it's the nature in your yard or the nature in a public park. Yes, Louise, but the question is, what happens to it after it's bundled up? Because Scott was just saying that he worked for a recycling center and they went so far as to get it all bundled up and then they dumped it in the ocean. So is it actually getting made into something else? Steve Mildegren from California is here. I'm so glad. How are you doing, Steve? Steve is recuperating from a serious illness, and we're just so happy that you're back watching, able to watch. Let's see. Oh, that's great, Rebecca. You're obviously getting an advanced degree if you're doing a paper. Aha, Linda G's mission is adopting unwanted pets. Oh my gosh, Banjo is the current kitty. They got it 14. He's not 18. Okay. Banjo is 18. Tommy, special needs cat. My niece and her husband had a special needs dog. It was pretty interesting. Couldn't see or hear, I think. That's great. Yes, passion and mission. That's wonderful. Kaye's mission is the matriarch of a large family, giving guidance and helping the children parent their children. Carolyn is in Southern Kentucky. So is Food Forest next door. You guys should connect. Yes, it's probably just some sort of public relations thing to let people think that their trash is being sorted. But I used to always think, because I would just save everything, and a lot of it would go into one, and I would just go to, is a human being really going to sit there and go like this for every little thing? No, that's unrealistic. I mean, they can suck out the cans, I guess, or the metal, or pull that out mechanically, but it would take a human being going, oh, that goes there, and yeah, and that goes there, and that would take forever. So yeah. Yeah, Christina, I've just got the Lyndon, and she's not going to bother anything now. She's so lazy. I don't know. It's not that she's lazy. She just sleeps most of the time. Oh my gosh! Don't you live in an apartment, Christina? And you have 7 cats? Wow. No, I know. I know, Jack. I got that. Jamela is here from Trinidad and Tobago, sorry. Are you in Trinidad or Tobago? I know it's supposed to be called one country, but which one? Are you in Trinidad, right? On Trinidad? Yeah, I wanted to do outside lights, but I would have to hire some kind of company to come with a bucket truck. I wanted to decorate my big cedar tree out front. I thought that would be so pretty. But, it's just too late to spend a bunch of money doing that now. 2 weeks from Christmas. Excellent. Rose fulfilled her mission to raise 2 children to be happy and productive. And she did it as a single mom. Congratulations. That's right, Rose. You got it. I thought of that, Scott. I thought, yeah, I should just go look for one and cut it down. It'd have to be a small one for me to get it out of there by myself. Um, but what I found, mostly what I have would be cedar. There's not any like Christmas trees like Douglas fir or anything pretty like that. And all of the smaller cedar trees, they seem to come up right beside a bigger one. And so one whole side of it is just like nothing because the sun has never hit it. And so I just assumed that, I could tromp around all day up there and probably not find anything that would look pretty. So I may do that in the future. Betty is here from Ottawa. No kidding, Susan. It's just like Thanksgiving, Christmas, boom. Wow, Krista is saying that she recycles screw cap jars because ball jars are so expensive in Australia. I've seen some cooking videos. I forget the name of the channel, but they use screw lids, and they don't use any dialogue because they speak a different language. So there's just subtitles on there, or it's titled, and they I forget exactly how they do it, but they turn it up. So they screw the cap on and they do it a certain way so that it's really tight. And then they turn it upside down like overnight and then turn it back up. Have you guys seen those videos? I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, Christina is gone. She had to go. Let's see. I thought about that too. I actually bought, when I was in California, I bought a potted evergreen tree, but you can't get a very big one, first of all, because that the pot and the dirt is heavy and it takes up a lot more space. So, but I had one in LA, and when I went, when it was done, I thought, I'm doing such a great thing. I am not cutting down a tree. I'm actually buying a living tree, but I couldn't find any place to I was in an apartment in LA. I couldn't find any place to plant it later. No, I didn't know anybody that even had their own yard. I was just in an apartment. And so I set it out on the balcony and it died. So it was like, okay, let's see. I know. My mother had a beautiful fake tree. I will, Linda. It's a good idea. Oh, I wish I had a closet big enough to just open up and put in a Christmas tree. I don't. I will be sending, Cherie is mentioning something about Christmas cards. I will be sending to anyone I have an email address for, and I'll post it on social media as well. My Christmas card. It will be an electronic card. I don't do cards anymore, unfortunately. Kawa Bean is from Japan. Fantastic. Welcome. 93 of you are here. If anybody is new here, I hope you will subscribe. I am trying to build my community. I am in a new location as of just 1 year now. Been here for a year, and it's been a very event-filled year. And I hope you'll go back and watch those videos and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. Scroll down and click all. And then you'll be notified every time I have an upload. And I love to connect people on the live streams, which are every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time in the U.S. Ah, thank you. It was my elbow, Yvonne, and it's just sore to the touch. I think I have very tough bones. I'm lucky that way. And I drank a whole lot of milk when I was growing up. Maybe that's why. So I just banged up my bones and they're sore, but I'm fine. Thank you. Let's see. Claudia's mission, surrogate grandparents to the next door family. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, it jumps and then wow, it jumped like 100 comments. I don't know what to do now. Oh, wow. I just got a text from my realtor of this house, and she says, liked your video of the Texas friends that went up today. I've raised and processed my own meat birds. There's a great Amish supplier. Daryl, you might be interested in knowing. Let's see what she says here. There's a great Amish supplier of Freedom Ranger birds. Oh, she's talking about my friends in Texas. If they choose that type, Rhode Island Red, her favorite are a dual purpose, and she might have in mind hatching and growing those birds out. Tell her not to free range her meat birds. Keep them in chicken tractors so they can't run around and make their meat muscular and tough. My first batch were free-range Rhode Island Reds. Had to pressure cook the birds and use a cleaver to chop up the meat. Could only use the meat in casserole. So that's very good advice. I did not know that. Let's see. I'm going to try to catch up here. Faulty Towers. Yes, it was the fun. So anyway, the reason I thought of Faulty Towers is because if you watch Faulty Towers, by the way, if you haven't watched Faulty Towers, it was John Cleese, who's an older actor now. He was young then, and he was in a comedy group called Monty Python. But this was not a production of Monty Python. He and his writing partner wrote Faulty Towers, and she acted as the let's see. It might have been his wife, actually. She was the maid and waitress, and then he was married to, I forget her name, but she was so funny. She was also in, I think, the Harry Potter movies. But anyway, I think I'm right on that. But his wife in the show, she she would expect him to do all the work. And John Cleese would get all flustered and everything because she would stay on the phone. She would be talking on the phone with her friends, the big black plastic phone, and she's so expressive. And there would be a customer at the counter. He would go, she would tell him to go off and do some chore. And he would come back and there would be a customer waiting at the counter to check in. And she would have her back turned and she would be talking to her girlfriend going, oh, I know. Yes, I know. So, oh God, I just loved the comedy in that. Scott is asking, what is the best acting I've seen in a film? Oh, ah, I don't walk around with like the best of, performance in my head. I mean, there are performances that really stand out. And of course, there are particular actors that I followed. And so I made sure I saw everything. Like, of course, Meryl Streep, anybody in our age group was just mad about her. And uh, she had some really good performances. Uh, wow, I'd have to really think about that. There's been so many good ones, so many really good movies and characters. I'd have to think about that. Check in next week. I'll try to think about that. Let's see. Well, Kay is saying that, yeah, I'd love to come back to Montana, but I think it's too late now. It's too cold, right? Well, you live there, but yes, the guy that played the employee that played he played a Spanish with a very bad Spanish accent, which was, I guess, was supposed to be funny, and he was not Spanish. He was not a Spanish person, but he was in the comedy group, and so um, he got to do that part. But it was only on for one season, 22 episodes, either 20 or 22 episodes. That's it. And you can get the whole thing on. I mean, I don't even know if anybody has DVD players anymore. I don't have one, but we had it on DVD. So I watched it over and over. Topaz's mission was teaching, started in 82 and retired in 2020. So that's 18 plus 20. It's 38 years. Ah, yes, 38, 31 years as a teacher. Well, congratulations. That's a good long career. Okay, Rebecca left. Ah, Judy Dench. Yeah, amazing. She's had some really great performances. So touching. I mean, she doesn't even have to say anything to so good. Ah, that's interesting, Susan. Okay, Linda's gone. Uh, okay, I see your comment. Emmanuel has answered my question. I am way behind. Linda has rescued 2 kittens. How do you say no, Linda? I've got 4 out there. I mean, how do you say no, They love me, and it's not ideal, but it's what it is right now anyway. Yes, everybody hit the thumbs up button. Some people have left. Let's see. We're getting close to 6 o'clock. Linda G, the forest is her cathedral. I agree, Todd. Hey, Felicia. My day was good. How was your day? I got 2 videos on and I'm still a week behind, guys. I have guys and gals. I don't know, I got at least 7 videos to edit. So I'm gonna try to do 2 a day until I get caught up because I need a good solid week to clean up this house before Christmas. Oh my goodness. Well, if you can be closer to God in the garden than going to church, then it's not for me to say that that's bad. Birdie B. No, she's saying that I was hesitant in my interview with Patty to give a 5-year plan. Is a change coming? I don't have any change planned. No. But I really should do a whole video like Danny's porch time or something on this is, just, just kind of assessing, you know, where I am compared to where I thought I might be and all of that. I mean, the one thing that I know for sure is I cannot manage without help. So, I knew that, but it's not easy to find help. And it's not easy to find the right help. True, Gail, very true. Well, you don't have to visit God. God is all around, everywhere. Let's see. Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? His mission is to have huge harvest, loads of organic veg, and help supply his aunt with her small business. It's a small restaurant. Well, do you have enough room to make that's the problem with supplying a restaurant is the continuity of that, you know? That's the hardest thing about supplying a restaurant is when you don't have beans, when you don't have whatever it is that you're trying to supply, then what? Then they've got to go out and get it. So that's the hardest thing. Kristen is saying, just in Purdue, I would not eat anything from that company. But anyway, Purdue Premium Meat Company is recalling 234,000 hams and pepperoni due to listeria. Good old factory meat. What do you want? I think she's gone, Carolyn. She took off to make dinner or something. Next time you'll catch her. Let's see, in Los Angeles, wait, something about Connie, I'm having a hard time because people order so much online. I can't. Okay. Connie, you talking about decorating out there? Oh. Kawa Bean says his garden was sold by his parents for living. Money to live on. They needed the money to live on. Is that what you mean? I'm sorry to hear that because, the the garden could have actually provided your family with food. But I mean, I can't make a judgment. I have no idea what the situation was. That's a good mission, Jothan. He wants to influence people towards nature from one of smash and grab to respect and cohabitation. Well, I mean, John Muir said it best. Let's see. I used to know this. Let's see. You take nothing and leave only you when you go into nature, you take nothing and you leave only your footprints. Uh, but I just remember when I was young and the first time I saw the Rio Grande, I guess I was I don't know if I was in Colorado or south of there. I don't remember. But I saw this plastic diaper beside the river. And I was just appalled, and it made such an impression on me. And I vowed that I would, when and if I had a child, I would not use plastic diapers, and I kept that vow. So my son, the only time he had a throwaway diaper on was, when we took him home from the hospital. They give you like 5 diapers or something, five little plastic diapers, as a as a going home present. And so they were in the drawer. I guess I kept them just, I don't know why I kept them, but they were there. And then I was trying to find a nanny because I was real busy with acting. I might have like 2 auditions a day and just be running all the time. And so I came back and that plastic diaper was on my son instead of the cotton cloth diapers. I had a diaper service and diaper pails on the back porch and so forth. And I came home and that plastic diaper was on my son. It didn't go well. That was the last time that happened. Let's see. I want a persimmon tree so bad. I don't know why we're talking about persimmon trees, but oh my gosh, I am love okay, I'm going to try to. Susan is asking, are those the videos from Azerbaijan? Are you talking about the ones with the jars? I don't know. But I know the Azerbaijan videos, the cooking videos, are to die for. They're just, but believe me, that's a production company. They get millions of views. They're making a lot of money, and that's a production company and they have either found these ethnic people that know how to cook, that look the look. They've created a little set there. That whole little thing is not real. I would bet $100 that that's a set. And yeah, the town is real. One time he goes, the video was something like, to make bread, you've got to grow the wheat or something like that. And so you see him going to the mill and you see him, getting the grain from the mill and everything. And all of that is real. But then you go back to the charming, idyllic little house that looks like it was created by Peter Jackson from the Lord of the Rings movies, By the way, one of those actors from Lord of the Rings just passed away. And I saw a post, Peter Jackson posted that on Twitter, I think. I don't remember the character's name, but everybody in all those movies were so good. Anyway, it looks like a set, just this charming little house. And then, they've got all these beautiful handmade wooden cutting boards and these big cleavers. And it's all so rustic and perfect. that I question whether it's not just a whole big set. Oh, yes, yes, they did. Yes, in that video, they canned watermelon juice in those jars. You're right. They are beautifully made, but they have a whole crew. You notice those people don't talk. They don't have to say anything because they've got the camera. The production has got the camera everywhere. The pictures tell the story because I would love to have the camera. Anytime here's a inside tip. As just a casual viewer, you probably don't think about this watching YouTube videos. But if you're watching me talk and you're seeing things, the camera move. In other words, the camera's not static, it's not sitting on the tripod, which it usually is. It's moving in some way. Or anybody else, bigger channels, they've always got somebody with the camera, they're moving in. So anytime you put a move on a camera, it makes it more beautiful, makes it more film-like, more interesting. But you can't do that when you do it by yourself. You cannot be over there moving the camera unless you're doing a selfie walking video with the selfie stick. You can't do it. So you can see from all those videos that they've got several people shooting those and producing them. All these people do is get in their, I imagine, as an actor, I imagine these people get into their rustic outfits and they're acting. And I would imagine. I could be wrong, but now we talked about the woman who has the really, really beautiful, is it Chinese? We've talked about her before, and she does have a crew, but she's very exacting and knows exactly what she wants. Thank you, Space Girl. I really appreciate that. I'm sorry I'm so behind on comments. You may not even be here now. That's a good thing you mentioned that, Gina. So I am looking at making uh, calamine lime marmalade. And it was saying on there, this is so acidic that you don't have to worry about deep water, water bath canning it. So what does that mean? Does that mean that it's shelf stable or that it just keeps in the refrigerator? Does it really mean that it's shelf stable without water canning it? I mean, because this recipe for the calamine lime marmalade didn't have anything about, doing the jar lids or anything. It just said you can put it in a clean jar and it. So I was wondering about that. Thank you, Lori. Am I pronouncing that right? She's complimenting my hair. Agnes Moorehead. Quite an actress. You see, I used to think in my sort of naive, idealistic thinking that if you made a product like a light or a computer or a clock or a fan or whatever, that you, especially electronics like computers and everything, like you should have an end plan for that product. You don't just put that product out into the world and say, okay, it's your problem, you know? But nobody, they don't do that. They don't take, nobody takes responsibility for their products once they've been sold. I haven't seen Agnes Moorehead in a very long time. I'm going to have to look her up. Oh, that's great, Todd. Central Texas, did you say? Crafty Stash is here. Cherie left. Bye, sorry. Bye, Gail. A lot of people left. Okay, let's see. There is a guy, ecocentric, who is growing a forest. I want to say he's in India. I found him on Twitter. Oh gosh, I'll probably never be able to find it. Are you on Twitter? How do I even get on Twitter on this computer? Anyway, he was single-handedly with his own funds building a forest, planting a forest. He was wonderful. It was wonderful what he was doing. Let's see. I'll have to look that up. A happy place. I don't know that. A happy place 2, not 1. Yes, I could do that this year because I didn't have a handrail for Christmas last year. You're right. Yes, Tide, you can't hold back with things, how things are going. You can't be cautious. I mean, that's why I went full tilt this year. I just tried to do everything that I could do. And just in case, my family needed me, Good girl, Krista. Congrats. She's talking about cotton diapers. I remember we went to the Sequoias, went to a cabin. I'm washing out diapers, got these diapers hanging over the handrail. And my father loved to go on driving vacations, and she'd have a diaper butt pail in the back, floorboard. I mean, it's what we did. I mean, just imagine how many how many plastic diapers you would go through, even with one kid. Let's see. Brava, Louise. That's great. Well, Susan, actually that particular role came to me. It's very haunting. And I thought of Meryl in Sophie's Choice when he asked me that question. It was one of the ones going through my mind. But there's so many. But that one in particular was really, when she has to make this choice between, if you've never seen the movie or read the book, I had read the book before I saw the movie. She's there on the rail yard, heading to Auschwitz or one of the camps. And they tell her she's got her boy who's about, I want to say 3, maybe 4, and the girl who's 2, something like that, 3 and 1 or 4 and 2 in her arms. And they say, you can only take one. So you can imagine. Daryl is gone. Let's see. Doolittle Ranch. Where are you located? We're just hearing from you for the first time. Oh, I know. I don't even want to think about how many diapers are in the dumps. Heather Bates is from Western North Carolina here. I don't know if Gina is still on. She might be close to you in North Carolina. Los Angeles, Doolittle Ranch. You're in Los Angeles? I lived there for 32 years. Are you new to my channel? I've only been here a year, so I just moved. So we finally got almost as many of these as people on. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope it was interesting. We talked a little bit about a purpose-filled life. Some people shared their purpose for life, and I don't think I did, but my mission was not to be a mother, but I became one, and then my mission was to be the best mother I could be, and to be the best, tennis mom or soccer mom or whatever it was, and photo mom, and be the best actor I could be. And then all of that changed when I started gardening, and I saw my purpose. I saw all of my purpose, everything that had led before, from my work in photography and my work in front of the camera as an actor, and behind the camera as a photographer, and then my newfound passion in gardening. And and of course it combined with my love of nature and my environmental mission in life to be a good steward of the planet. I mean, I learned that when I was in my 20s. So that's always been my mission, to be a good steward of the planet and to appreciate God's great gift of this beautiful world that He gave us. And so then when I started gardening, I thought, well, my mission now is really to try to inspire people to appreciate nature and all that we have been given until I die. And that's just, I set that as my mission. And at the time, I only had a tiny little garden. And I thought, I often thought, what would I do if I had a big space? And then life changes, and you find yourself in a completely different situation. And so now I'm here. So that's my goal. That's why I do live streams. That's why I do my channel, because I certainly am not getting rich. So anyway, thanks so much for joining. And sorry I waited to the very. Thank you, Doolittle. What's your actual name? Thank you, Rebecca. Oh, fantastic, Doolittle Ranch. Please do come back next Wednesday, and then just start watching. I gardened in California for the first 8.5 or 9 years. So this year is the first year I've been on a big property. So if you're in LA, I'm sure you probably don't have a lot of space to garden. I certainly didn't. So I hope you come back. And thank you, Rebecca, as she's giving an endorsement for the channel. Let's see. Linda had her kitten spayed and neuter. Shelters over full. They're sweet as can be. 3 rescue dogs. I'd love to get a dog, but I'm just afraid I'm spread too thin already. Cass is here. That could be his name. And I tell you what, I'll look it up and I'll have it for you next week. Cass, thank you. Yeah, Dina. That's a good mission too. Just stay healthy, everyone. Make sure you have your zinc and your quercetin right up there, and your vitamin D and your vitamin C. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, that's Todd. That was my goal. My hashtag for 8.5 years was grow food, not lawns. No, how did it go? Grow food, not lawns. Something like that. Yeah. I mean, that was my whole goal. I took out the grass in our small front yard in 2012, and I absolutely never looked back. I never looked back. And here I am. Thank you so much. Hey, Lisa. Okay, I'm just getting off now. So make sure you tune in. Please check out all my recent videos, everybody. I could really use a lot more views. I should be getting like 6,000 views per video, and that's not happening. So any sharing that you can do would really help. So God bless you, and I'll see you next week. Oh my God. Todd, you watched all of my videos last week? Oh my gosh. Bravo. Lyndon is howling. Okay, later, everybody. God bless.